Okay, so today's lesson is motion problems, and we are going to be doing opposite direction problems today. Alright, so we're going to do number 1. Vanessa and Ruth leave the same point, driving in opposite directions. Traffic conditions enables Vanessa to average 10 miles per hour more than Ruth. After 2 hours, they are 108 miles apart. Find the rate of each. Okay, so this kind of problem is one's going this way and the other one's going that way, so in opposite directions. Things that we need to know, and we'll go ahead and highlight some. Vanessa, average speed is 10 miles an hour more than Ruth. That's important. After 2 hours, they are 308 miles apart. Okay, and we're going to try to find out the rate of each. So I highlighted some of the important parts. Okay, let's go ahead and put in our blanks. Identify. We're going to say this first line is going to represent Vanessa. And the next one is going to be Ruth. What do we know about their speed? Well, we don't know how fast either one of them are going, so that's going to be our R. But we do know that Vanessa's average speed was 10 miles per hour more than Ruth. So I would represent that as she's plus 10 miles more than Ruth. Okay, how long did they travel? They traveled for 2 hours. They both traveled for 2 hours. Okay, this type of problem, it's multiplication. So we've got our quantity here. I'm going to put my parentheses here to remind me I need to multiply it. So it's 2 times r plus 10. Oh, it's not an 8, it's a 10. Okay, so 2 times r plus 10. And then we have 2r. Okay, now the next part of this is these two are going to equal how far they go. So in opposite direction, they're going to equal to an amount, a distance. So 308. And we've got 2 times r plus 10, that's Vanessa, plus 2r, that's Ruth. Okay, now we're just going to go through and we're going to do the math. So I'm going to use distributive property. So we have 2r plus 20 plus 2r is equal to 308. Here's our wall. Put the r's together. So I have 4r plus 20 is equal to 308. Subtract the 20 from both sides. So now I have 4r is equal to, and I'm going to borrow and make this an 8, so 288. Last step, divide by 4, divide by 4. Okay, so 4 will go into 28, 7 times, 4 will go into 8, 2 times. Okay, so what we just found out was we found out our R. So we found out that Ruth traveled 72 miles per hour. Okay, and we found out that Vanessa is 72 plus 10, which she traveled 82 miles per hour. Okay, so that is the first example. Now let's go through and talk about the next one, number 3. It says 2 bicyclists, Janelle and Howie, so I'm looking over here, started at the same time from towns 84 miles apart and rode towards each other. Howie rode twice as fast as Janelle. If they met after 2 hours, find the speed of each bicyclist. Alright, so on this problem, they 2 two bicyclists, they started at the same time from towns 84 miles apart. So Howie went this way, and Janelle went that way. So they rode towards each other. They were 84 miles apart, so that's an important distance that we need. Howie rode twice as fast as Janelle. We are trying to find out their speed. How long did they travel for? They traveled for 2 hours. Okay, so now let's go ahead and we're going to fill in our chart. So we have Janelle and Howie. We don't know their rate, their speed. We do know that they travel for 2 hours, but we do know that Howie is twice as fast as Janelle. So Howie was 2 times as fast as Janelle. So now we have 2R, and then we've got 2 times 2R for Howie. These two are added together, so we have 2R plus 2 times 2 is 4R, and that's equal to the distance of 84. Now we're just going to do the math. 4 plus 2 is 6R is equal to 84. Divide by 6, divide by 6. R is going to be equal to, 6 will go into 8 once, and there's 2 left over, so 6 will go into 24 4 times. So what we just found out was Janelle's rate, because we're trying to find out the speed of each bicyclist. So Janelle rode 14 miles per hour, and then Howie traveled 2 times faster, so it's 2 times 14, which is equal to 28 miles per hour. Okay, so that's number 3. And now we're going to do one more. We're going to do, I believe it's number 7. Okay, so now we're finding number 7. It should be on the next sheet. Okay, it says a boyfriend and girlfriend leave their home at 4 p.m. and walk towards each other. The boyfriend walks 3 miles per hour faster than the girlfriend, who is walking at 2 miles an hour. If their homes are 3.5 miles apart, what time was it when they met up? So information we need. We need to know that the boyfriend, he walked 3 miles an hour faster than the girlfriend. The girlfriend walked at 2 miles an hour. Their house is 3.5 miles apart. They walk towards each other, so it's like this, they're walking towards each other, and we want to know, when did they meet? What was the time? Now, the 4 p.m. is not the time in the column, it's the time that they left. We need to find how long did they walk, and then we're going to do something with that 4 p.m. So now we've got girlfriend and boyfriend, so we'll say this is the boyfriend, and this is the girlfriend. Information we know. What do we know about her? How fast did she walk? 2 miles an hour. How fast did the boyfriend walk? Well, it says he went 3 miles per hour faster than the girlfriend. So we have the girlfriend's rate, and then we're going to add 3 more miles an hour to it to make the boyfriend walking 5 miles an hour. Okay? So he's going 5 miles an hour. Let's see what it says. They walk towards each other. We want to know what time it started. So we need to know how long they walked. We don't know that. We do know that their house is 3.5 miles apart. That's how far they walked. So now we got 5t plus 2t. So it's 5 times t plus 2 times t, which is 7t, is equal to 3.5. Now we're going to divide by 7, both sides. Okay, and if you took a calculator, I'm going to go ahead and do it over here, or you can do it without the calculator. You can do it in your head or on the side. 3.5 divided by 7 is equal to 0.5. So our t is equal to 0.5. Another way to say 0.5 is 1/2. So they walked for 1/2 hour. Okay, the question asks us, what time was it when they met? So if they started off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they started off at 4 o'clock, and they walked for a half hour, you added a half hour, what time are they going to meet? They're going to meet at 4:30. And that's the question they're asking. That's the answer they want you to give them. Not that they walked for a half hour, but what time did they meet? And they met at 4:30 in the afternoon. Okay, so that is opposite direction problems. Hopefully you can go from there and do the rest.